On today's show, Larry Maples from the Travis Manion Foundation tells us about how the organization helps vets and about a very special event that's coming up this fall. Wes Hall from 100 Men Who Care is calling on all good Rutherford County men to share the gift of community service. And don't forget our 𝗵𝗄𝗀 Pet of the Week. She's going to make somebody a real good friend. So show a little love to your AC because things are fixing to heat up. Good morning, Murfreesboro, for Friday, June 27th, 2025 begins now.
Good morning, Murfreesboro. I'm Lance Chandler.
And I'm 𝗪𝗲𝗀𝗻𝘀. Thanks for joining us for another week of talking about what makes Murfreesboro shine.
Yeah, and we had a hot one, as promised.
Yes, yes, always a hot one. The 4th of July is coming up. Are you seeing family?
I am not, because we're very pregnant. we might do a little something close by, but for the most part, no. That's a no.
Stay inside with the air on. What did she say? 61?
I know. Yeah, no. My wife is like, sports. She doesn't heat right now at all. Like it's no, ma'am, no, ma'am. There is no heat, none of that fun jazz.
I've been pregnant in August. I understand that. But when she said that she had the thermostat at 61, I was like, I'm going to need a parka. I have a winter coat in my car just in case I need it because I'm always cold. So, do you have a joke? Tell us a joke.
Well, my wife and I do lunges to stay in shape.
You do lunges?
Mm-hmm. That would be a big step forward.
That is a big step forward.
That's a big step forward. And working
squat.
out. Yeah, there you go. And you know what? After the baby's here, we're going to be back on it. So
yeah.
You know how that goes. But yeah, absolutely.
I've been walking a lot lately. It's good. My dog too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, our dogs love to go on walks, and they're nuts. Like we got a Jack Russell, we got the Australian Shepherd. So going on walks with them, yours is a nice, sweet little calm dog.
Not when she's on a walk. She sees a bird. She took off after a squirrel.
Ours sees another dog, and they're like, we have to play with that dog. And the other dog's like, I don't want to play with you. Like, we have to play with you. And they lose their minds. They start like yipping and crying and pulling us. And my wife's aggravated. And I'm like, come on, guys, act like you got some sense. But they don't. They don't have any sense.
Well, welcome to Murfreesboro. If you don't know what people are saying, or you want to sound like you fit in, we have a phrase and a word for you this week. So our phrase is, I'm fixin' to head to the store.
Yeah, that one is, I'm fixin' to. That means I'm about to.
Right, but it's not like imminent. It could be anytime in the next couple hours, right?
Yeah.
There's no rush.
I have no urgency behind it. Like, it's not I'm going to the store right now. It's I'm fixing to, it could be 3 o'clock, it could be 2 o'clock, might be 6 o'clock. But
don't go sit in the car.
Yeah, go put your makeup on. We're going at some point.
And the word hill is pronounced?
Heel. Standing on a heel.
That one's so hard for me. I was like, what? Can you spell that?
Like the heel of your foot, but you say heel.
Yeah. Okay.
We were shooting something last week, you and I, and I said, you can stand on that heel over there. And Neil got me. Neil said, the what? And I said, heel. He said, hill? I was like, doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel right.
Well, let's take a check on some of the happenings all around the country.
Yeah.
We are getting prepared.
I feel like the Blues Brothers.
Yeah. Friday is National Bingo Day.
Yeah. And my wife loves bingo. We fun little thing. I'll talk about it real quick. We had Wayne Buckingham.
Right.
His fiance hosted a designer purse bingo.
Yeah.
And it was like music bingo. It was a blast.
I missed it. I was so bummed. My friend went. She got 2 bags.
You missed a great event.
Yeah.
You missed a great event.
Next year I'm there.
And so next year, guys, you want to do that. That was the coolest thing. It was the coolest thing. My wife is competitive anyways, but she was super competitive. She's like, win me that purse. I was like, you got a good shot too. You have a bingo card as well.
That's awesome.
Then we have one of my favorite days, National Food Truck Day.
Do you have a favorite food truck?
Oh,
or you don't discriminate?
I don't discriminate, really.
Yeah.
I let the food truck speak to me. Like I go and I'm like, and I look at all the options and I'm like, yeah, you're the one today.
Well, if you have a food truck, let us know. Comment below. Maybe you can we can sample your food here online.
Well, we're not wearing these glasses.
No, not just for the heck of it.
Because of the studio lights or for our health, right?
Right. On Friday, it is National Sunglass Day.
Yep. So National Sunglass Day.
We thought we would participate.
And then another one of my favorite days.
Oh, yes.
Another one of my favorite days. National Insurance Day.
I wonder why.
Brings joy to myself. You know, I love insurance.
On Sunday, we have International Mud Day.
That's a lot of fun. And then National Camera Day.
Yeah.
Neil loves that day.
Yes. Last week we talked about selfies. And then Monday is Social Media Day.
That's a fun one. Everybody loves that day.
Yeah. Make sure you're liking, sharing, commenting.
Absolutely. And then Tuesday begins the second half of the year. And in the second half of the year, summer solstice.
Yes. Yes. The longest day of the year.
Yeah.
July is also National Family Reunion Month. So all of those people with the matching t-shirts that say, I'm part of the Smith family.
See them out in the park, taking up the pavilion. That's them. It's the Smiths. My family always did that in July. 4th of July was our family reunion day. And
did you get matching shirts?
No, we never got matching shirts. The kids didn't need them. We just stayed in the pool the whole freaking time.
Because it's hot.
And then on Wednesday, we have Made in the USA Day.
And more products are made in the USA. And I think that it's great. You know, let's support the people here. Also on Wednesday is World UFO Day. And I just don't want to know.
Oh, let's go in the comments. Let's go. Who's seen a UFO before? I have. Right over Murfreesboro. Craziness. It was like zipping around in the air. I know. I'm going to blow up the internet.
Yeah.
No, I'm scared. We're gonna have a debate. They're like, no, it's not real.
Was
weird...
Bigfoot driving?
Yeah, he was. It was a weird green like orb thing. It was the oddest thing. It was zipping around the sky.
He might have been drinking. Thursday, Air Conditioning Appreciation Day.
And we love that day.
We do.
And then if you're not appreciating the air conditioning inside, you're going to end up with one of these. It's American Redneck Day. So you'll have your big old redneck back there.
Oh my gosh. Well, here's in honor of the 4th of July. Here are some fun 4th of July facts. So there was only one president born on July 4th.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And it was Calvin Coolidge.
Really? July
4th, 1872.
Coolidge, like us with our sunglasses.
All right.
Coolidge. Well, we have some celebrity birthdays we have to go over.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got Chandler Riggs, 26 of Walking Dead. That's
I never
today.
watched it.
I tried. I really did try, and I just couldn't. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just one of those odd ones that couldn't get into it. I just couldn't.
Yeah, I know. Tobey Maguire turns 50.
That's mind-blowing.
Well known for a Spider-Man role.
Spider-Man's getting old. Then country singer Lori Morgan turns 66.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Tomorrow, Elon Musk, you love him or hate him right now, he turns 54.
He apologized. Did you see that?
Did he? No, I didn't. I missed that. Surprised I didn't get a briefing.
Then Mel Brooks, 99. I love Mel Brooks. Hilarious.
Yes. Last week we had 100.
Yeah.
This week, 99.
Blazing Saddles, a classic.
Yeah.
There's so many Mel Brooks classics, though.
He's great. On Sunday, actor Gary Busey turns 80.
That's a wild one.
He is.
And then on Monday, Fantasia, singer, just Fantasia, 41. American Idol. If you watched American Idol this past season,
I did back then.
She was on it this past season as well as a mentor. Yeah, but she won the 2020 or 2004 one, not 2004.
Yeah.
At age 19.
That's insane.
It's amazing.
That's insane. Olympic great Michael Phelps is 40.
Yeah, swimming.
Yeah.
He can swim like a dolphin.
Yes, he can.
And then we got another great Mike Tyson, former heavyweight champion, 59 years old.
59. Liv Tyler.
Yeah.
She's an actress. Yeah. And she has some other businesses as well. She turns 48.
Yeah, Steven Tyler's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pamela Anderson, 58. TV actress, Baywatch in the 90s.
Yes, all
Tool
those
Time,
Baywatch
Home
fans.
Improvement. She was on that as well.
On Wednesday, Lindsay Lohan, another actress, she turns 39.
And then the great Larry David, comedian, TV writer, Seinfeld, SNL, all that fun stuff. He's 78, TV producer. He's got his hand in everything.
I didn't know he was part of all of that.
Oh yeah, all the stuff. Curb Your Enthusiasm. His HBO show has been on like 100 years. It feels like they take a break for 6 years. Like, we're gonna make another season. Let's come back.
Let's just pick up where we left off. Which kind of is like, Tom Cruise turned 63 on Thursday, and his Mission Impossible is like, just keep going.
His Mission Impossible became possible. So all these years, you're thinking Tom Cruise, right? I saw this like a couple of days ago on the news. He's never won an Oscar. This is freaking Tom Cruise, right? One of the biggest actors in the world, and has never won an Oscar, but he has now. He's getting an honorary Oscar this year.
Good to know.
Yeah,
I did go see that opening weekend. I might have nodded off a little bit, but it was good. It was a great movie. Great movie.
I paid $30 to sleep.
Yeah. If I'm tired, I'm tired.
Through bombs and gunshots.
I missed about an hour. It's a long movie. I was fine.
Well, we have to thank our sponsors. We have Superior Overhead Doors,
615 Insurance,
and Pro World Social Media,
Achieve Entrepreneur Center,
Hemispheres Wine Bar,
and Valley Growers. If you can't find anything to do this weekend in Murfreesboro, you're not looking hard enough, and you're definitely not watching our show. Grab those leashes and mark your calendar Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at PetSuites. They're throwing a positively fun day, and your furry friends are invited too. We're talking free tours, local vendors, tasty food trucks, and pet adoptions. And if that's not enough, games, giveaways, and tons of tail wagging fun for pets and people. Totally free, open to everyone. Pet lovers, animal lovers, pet parents, anyone looking for a fun day out, come sniff out the fun.
Yeah,
it's going to be possum.
Yeah, possum. Have you ever seen PetSuites? Like, it is.
Yeah, I went to the ribbon cutting.
Yeah,
amazing.
it is like the Taj Mahal of like where your pet's getting pampered.
I took Coco there to stay over when I was gone once, and she had a bed and her own water and a TV and like a little area and a roll-up door with grass. Yeah. Like she had it going on.
And then you were like, "All right, Coco, let's go home." She's like, "No, I'm good. I'm staying here."
She did enjoy it. She didn't play nice with other dogs, so she was by herself a lot. So good thing she had a lot of room. All right, Murfreesboro, let's roll up those sleeves for a powerful cause. Monday, June 30th, from 11 to 4, head on over to Alvin C. York VA Medical Center for a blood drive hosted by the VA Tennessee Valley Healthcare System. Every donation saves lives, and as a thank you, donors get a free Red Cross t-shirt and a chance to win a $5,000 gift card. Be a hero, give blood, show up and make a difference.
That's not incentive enough. You also get cookies and juice.
Right? And, coming up on a holiday weekend, I know it's a little morbid, but there's a lot of accidents that happen typically. I know you know. And by donating blood, you can really help somebody who needs it. Yeah. Calling all dancers, singers, musicians, and cultural performers. This is your moment. The 2025 Borough International Festival is coming up on Saturday, September 20th at the MTSU Student Union Courtyard. Performer applications open July 1st at 11. When you go, you can showcase your heritage, your rhythm, your voice, and whatever makes your culture shine at this incredible celebration of global traditions hosted by IAEE.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a lot of fun. It's interesting seeing like different parts of the world and what they do and like their traditions and how they perform and their music and things like that. You don't hear on a regular basis.
Right. And music and dance is different.
Very different.
And then Parents of Future Inventors and Young Adventurers Summer Camp continues at the Discovery Center at Murphy Spring from June 30th to July 4th. Each week brings a new STEAM-themed adventure full of hands-on learning, creativity, and fun. This week's theme is still a surprise, but you can bet it'll be packed with excitement. Don't miss out on a week of discovery, friendship, and science-fueled fun.
So many kids love that. Last week's show, we talked to Shauna about that. And that's just embracing all the tech stuff that the kids are into now. They're the future for that. And we're just going to be left in the dust, probably.
Not me. I'm keeping up. Calling all rising stars, it's time to shine at KST's Got Talent Music Around the World Week. From July 7th to 11th, kids can explore global tunes through piano, voice, musical theater, or a mixture of both at KST Performance Academy in downtown Murfreesboro. Whether they're brand new to the spotlight or already stealing the show, this camp is packed with fun, creativity, and daily chances to perform.
Wow, that's exciting.
You would have loved that as a kid, right?
I would, absolutely. I'd have been there. I had separation anxiety, though. Like, I couldn't go to camps. Like, I wanted to be with my family. Well, if you were paying attention and you heard something that you wanted to go and enjoy, our links are in the description below. But maybe you weren't paying attention. Guess what? Our links in the description below, so you can go find out what we just talked about. Well, stick around. Our first guest, 𝗪𝗵𝘻'𝘀, is coming up right after this message.
And we're back with our first guest, 𝗪𝗵𝘻'𝘀, and he's going to be talking to us today about the Travis Manion Foundation and all the things that it does to support our heroes. But first, we want to know a little bit about you.
Well, my name is 𝗪𝗵𝘻'𝘀. My wife, Shanna, and our kids, Chandler and Sarah. We moved here in 2010 from Baton Rouge, and before that from New Orleans. And we just had, was a police officer here for several years, was a Marine, and just fell in love with the community when we came to visit, and the rest is history.
Wow. So you've been here quite a bit of time now. You've seen the changes of Murfreesboro and watch it grow. You came in like right as it was hitting its growth spurt.
Yes.
We did, and I really feel for those. I know how much we've seen it change, and it's really mind-blowing. I can't imagine for those who were here 30, 35, 40 years ago, what this must look like and feel like to them.
Yeah, I was born in Murfreesboro, grew up my life in Woodbury, and I used to be able to drive from Woodbury to Nashville in like 45 minutes to an hour.
Not
and
now.
Now you can't even drive across Murfreesboro in 45 minutes.
I moved here in 2007, and the population, I think, was like 75 or 80. It wasn't. And so it's just really doubled. It's crazy.
Well, you want to talk about your foundation some and what you guys do. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. I'm here today just talking about the Travis Manion Foundation, to talk about our 9/11 Heroes Run, which is part of that foundation. Travis was a Marine who in 2007 was killed just right around Fallujah in Iraq. They came under sniper fire, and part of his unit, the first one hit was actually his corpsman, his medic. And so Travis kind of took that role on, was pulling people to safety, and then put himself in danger to let the rest of his unit get to safety, if you will. When he was shot and killed, his actions earned him a Silver Star. And he was just a like most Marine officers, just a very high level integrity, high character young man. And so his family wanted to honor his life and honor his service with this foundation. And it's just grown over time to the point where it is now hundreds of thousands of veterans are served all over the country each year. There's multiple veterans programs. The foundation has really grown into something special and branched into several different components like sporting events, if you will, the character development, leadership development. And it's just ways to get veterans connected back into a sense of community, into a sense of purpose, and to be able to serve others, which is probably the one commonality that attracted everyone to their service in the first place.
Wow.
That's an amazing story, and what a way to pay homage and give back to someone. I mean, that is a beautiful way to do it by helping others and raising awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just in one city, too. You said the hundreds of thousands of people.
Yes. In fact, one interesting thing about that story with Travis, he wasn't supposed to be on that tour. Someone had gotten injured. And so he actually went with another unit. So he left, Philadelphia to go. And then the story goes that he and his brother-in-law were at a football game. his brother-in-law was gonna just jokingly said, "Why don't you just let me push you down the stairs so you don't have to go?"
Oh.
And he said, "But I know how trained I am, I know how qualified I am. If I don't go, they're going to send someone in my place that's less trained and less qualified."
Wow.
And so the motto of, if not me, then who? If they don't send me, then who are they going to send?
Yeah.
Send me,
Yeah.
And, I reflect a lot on what's it, Joshua 6:8. It talks about, the Lord asked, "Who shall I send?" And I said, here I am, send me. And reflect on that a lot, the commonalities between the two. One of those components, and believe it or not, that Travis's brother-in-law was there. Travis's brother-in-law is the one who started the Heroes Run component of the Travis Manion Foundation, which was to honor the first responders from the morning of 9/11.
Wow. Where did that originate at?
That one originated in Philadelphia.
Wow.
It was the first one, and now there's about 110 races all over the world.
Wow.
And we're lucky enough to have one here in Murfreesboro.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the run a little bit and when it is.
This year it's September 13th. It's at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's here on the square. Our opening ceremony started about 7:15. One thing I think I'm really proud of with the committee that we have put together for this race is sharing a vision of understanding exactly why we do this. And the way that we do some of the things makes Murfreesboro a pretty unique race, even across the country. We've had several people that have come from, Travis Manion headquarters, and they'll always send one representative. Well, they keep asking to want to come back because I think they see the uniqueness of the race, but they also fall in love with the city.
Yeah.
And some of the ways that we do things, I don't think you can really mimic or duplicate somewhere else. And one of those is our opening ceremonies. We have an incredible outpouring of support from the fire department, the law enforcement agencies, and a committee does a great job putting this thing together where our opening ceremony started at 7:15 with a procession of a bagpipe, followed by a drummer, followed by our colors. But the colors are firefighters in their colors, followed by a fire truck, police colors and police vehicle, and EMS and military. And what we want to do is symbolically just acknowledge the response to the Twin Towers of the firefighters, police officers, EMS, and then the military coming in after in the war, subsequently to follow. Because one thing about it to me is acknowledging the fact that those firefighters, police officers, they went to work that day, not knowing they were going to be on the front line of a war that they had no idea was coming. And that's where all of this started. And it's just a way for us to make sure we properly honor them and understand we're here to run a race. But we're here to make sure we pay respect to those men and women that died that morning.
Yeah, and I think with 9/11, we've hit enough time since it occurred that we're in this spot now where we have plenty of people that lived through that and have been affected like that, but we have now adults that didn't live through that, and they don't remember. Yeah, they don't know about it. They don't know how horrific it really was, and doing something as a community, as a nation, coming together and recognizing, hey, these people went home, kissed their family members, their wives, their loved ones goodbye, and they didn't come back. Yeah. And it was just a normal day. And I think a lot of youth that are, early 20s don't recognize that. And I think it's great that we have a way to pay homage to that.
Yeah. So how long is the run?
It's a 5K, and we do a fun run, and it's all right down here on the square. Okay. Very unique thing about that also is we have every turn of the race is either a fire truck, a police vehicle, a military vehicle, an EMS vehicle, and with firefighters, police, everyone that are attached to those professions, so that it's a certified route. So we want serious runners come running. Yeah. It is flat and it is fast and it is certified. So come out and run. For others that may not want to be as competitive, you can come. And again, at every one of those turns of this race, you can stop and say thank you to those first responders, take pictures with them, and just really celebrate who they are and what they've done. But for us also here, it's a way to celebrate Murfreesboro because it's on the square at our plaza. It's the farmers markets that morning. The shops are open those mornings, the restaurants that are here, and there are so many things about Murfreesboro that are represented down here that morning. And then you throw in your first responders and your military. Right up here on the plaza, we have several local vendors that are there. And it's just really a phenomenal morning. And we just pray there and ask that everyone would come out and support so many of those things. I know I've heard you say on the show several times, if you're going to do it in Murfreesboro. I know you said it last week for sure. And for us, that's right. Come do it here. Come celebrate all the things that are great. Number one, about the foundation, but what the foundation does for the city, but celebrate the city in itself, because there's so much here that morning that celebrates everything great about Murfreesboro.
Well, real quick before we go, if you wanted to volunteer, do you guys need volunteer? Do you need help with putting you on the run or anything like that?
We do.
Okay.
Volunteers are unbelievably important. It's a great race, but it's not a great race because of anything I do. It's a great race because of the people that come attend it. It's a great race because of the runners. It's a great race because of the volunteers. They really make this thing very special, and the incredible hard work that our group puts together. I guess our team works together to put this together. But we would need about 100 to 110, 120 volunteers each time. Each road's got to be blocked. Certain things have to be managed. But it is a great opportunity to come out and just meet others, and we try to put people in great places to at least participate on some level of what's going on, to be a part of it.
So
Is that on the website?
Yeah.
Yes, if we go to travismanion.org, and you can follow a link to the race site and places to sign up for volunteers, and you can volunteer groups. We'll keep the groups together if we can, which we do everything we possibly can. If not, we'll let you know ahead of time.
We'll have that link in the description, and if you have it in your heart to volunteer, please reach out. Well, thank you, Larry, for being here. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Up next, Purple Paw's Pet of the Week.
This week's Pet of the Week is brought to us by Sit Means Sit Dog Training, reliable obedience training for puppies and dogs of all ages.
Today's pet comes to us from Proverbs 12:10 Animal Rescue. Meet Bailey Boo. This 5-year-old German Shepherd is equal parts brains and heart. She's already house and crate trained, knows basic commands, and gets along well with people and other pups. If your family is looking for a loyal, active companion who's ready to love you endlessly, Bailey Boo might be your perfect match.
He sounds like a perfect dog.
If you want it, listen, for especially the run, like if you need to get active, that dog might be
That might be the one. Well, if you're interested in adopting Bailey Boo, please reach out to Proverbs 12:10 Animal Rescue and make Bailey Boo a part of your family. You can find this information on our links below, and including the link to Sit Means Sit.
Yes.
If you want to train your dog.
Yes.
All right. Well, we have our second guest, Mr. Wes Hall with 100 Men Who Care.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning.
thank you for being here, Wes.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, you're here to talk. We kind of did something a few weeks ago with 100 Women Who Care, and so we're on the other side of it now.
Right.
With 100
Yeah,
men who care.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah. So
Have to be fair.
Yeah,
Right?
it's got to balance out, right? We do one, we got to do the other. It's just not fair.
Well, tell us real quick a little bit about you, a little background.
Okay. Well, so my name is Wes Hall, and I'm married to Katie Hall, one of the founders of the 100 Women Who Care. We have 2 daughters. My oldest, she's 21, Ella, and then our baby, Georgia May. So she's about to be 4. So a golf-related party is coming this month. But yeah, we've been in town. I've been in town for probably 25 years, and it's one of those things where we've enjoyed this community, and it's been great, and I love Murfreesboro. So.
Yeah. Well, your cause, 100 Men Who Care, is something great. So tell us, we know about the women's side. What do the guys do?
Yeah. So the 100 Men Who Care group, we actually kind of started because of the ladies. My wife was one of the founding members of the 100 Women group. That would be awkward. So 100 Women group here in town, and she was part of the one in Nashville. And so I asked what it would take to start one, and she's like, "You just do it." So initially, it's kind of one of those things where like, how do you just ask people, right? So I went to a friend of mine, Scott Styble here in town, and walked into his office, and I said, "Hey, I need to talk to you about something." He's like, "What?" He said, "Do we need to close the door?" I said, "No, it's nothing. It's nothing that serious." I said, "But the women have this group, 100 Women Who Care. They meet quarterly. Everybody brings $100. We nominate 3 nonprofits. We vote on that nonprofit. The winner of the vote of that evening gets the proceeds. Again, if you do the math, 100 people, $100. There's $10,000 that could affect a Rutherford County nonprofit." So he's like, "I'm in." And so, we several other men that I spoke with, same thing. It really is that simple. I mean, there's so many nonprofits in the community that I've had a chance to learn more and more about, and see a lot of that again initially from the women's side. Now, we as men can kind of do that. So our meetings alternate quarters or alternate months with the women. So if you have a husband and wife that are both plugged in, the women meet one month and the men meet the next month. So, and also from a family's income standpoint, you don't have your household being hit by $100, you know, or $200. So, you know, try to be kind of conscious of that.
Right.
But, you know, again, the impact that we've had over the last 3 years has been almost $32,000 of donations.
You brought some notes. Can you tell us how?
So it's
who, why, how? What did you do for our community?
So with that, and it's the men. I mean, I try to make that it is about the men who have done this, because it doesn't happen by itself.
Right.
So, you know, but like just some like 𝗪𝗏𝗧 House, Sweet Addiction, First Shot Foundation with Coach Andy 𝗪𝗲𝗀, Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault Center, you know, Erica, Mechanics on a Mission, and then there's so many others. Like the first one that we did was a nonprofit that my wife was involved in at one point. She was a development director for New Life Ministry Outreach, and so and then you know we had what was it? Well, we just had a bunch of places that we've been able to help out over time, and it's been really cool. I mean, kind of like maybe your first show, right? Like you don't know what to do, so we show up for a check presentation, and it's like, well, we need to kind of, you know, bring people's awareness of what we're doing, so we're taking pictures of ourselves with a check. You know, so the goal, but the goal is really to get men involved. I mean, there are probably, you know, 25, 30 people that contribute, you know, each quarter. The women have probably double that. They've been going a little bit longer, so they make more of an impact, probably, you know, $6,000 to $8,000 a quarter. But, you know, the goal is just to try and get more men involved. And there are some that, again, will participate financially, but they won't participate in the actual, you know, voting kind of thing. So it's real simple. We meet once a quarter. And we nominate nonprofits, and if I have a nonprofit that I'm nominating, I will speak about that nonprofit. We don't want people bringing in a ringer, like you bring in the executive director that's not going to participate in the 100 men group, and so, because again, you know, if Lance is passionate about something, I'm passionate about something, we would have a chance to speak why our monies would impact. And so it's just really cool, because, you know, seeing that, you know, maybe $100 here and there is still real money. But, you know, $100 here and there, you know, how that impact now is like $2,500, or the ladies like $6,000.
How much it adds up over time. How many members are currently in the 100 Men Who Care? So
there's active people. I would say there's probably about 25. You know, 25 to 27 people that are actively members.
That's big numbers for guy numbers compared to women numbers.
So, but we meet quarterly, and currently we're meeting at 𝗪𝗪's, and the next meeting we have is, I tried to schedule these things out like on the calendar. So it's an evening, August the 19th, Tuesday at 6 p.m. at 𝗪𝗪's. We're looking into possibly changing that to maybe a lunch kind of thing, because, you know, once you get home, sometimes it's hard to get back out.
That's true.
You know, we all have families, and so just trying to kind of make it easier for everyone to participate, and even if financially they want to just participate but don't show up, that's welcome as well.
Is that kind of what you're referring to? We have active, then you maybe have inactive. Like kind of
it's just
they're
people that
donating,
show up. I mean, it's like I said,
sometimes you're busy.
We probably have 10 to 12 people that will show up at the actual events, and the ladies, they may have, you know, a good number that show up, but then the people that are actually, you know, automatically donating, because, you know, we use a system called Grapevine, and it's the same thing the ladies use. And so Grapevine basically takes those funds, you put the funds there, and then we distribute it to the nonprofit. So that way you don't have somebody holding on to the funds. It is distributed,
like
fully transparent. So no bank accounts here. You know, I don't want to have to deal with that. You know, I want to be able it to be transparent and get the money
easy to participate.
Well, and here's the thing about guys. You have the ones that run it, and I'm not dogging us, but you have the guys that are like involved, right? But here's the thing: a lot of guys want to donate and be a part of something, but they don't necessarily have the time, or
they don't know where to go.
Or they're like me, and they're forgetful, and they're like, "Oh, there was a meeting today. I missed that." But they can still be a part of that and still give something in that situation. It's not a, you know. You can be involved, or you can be as laid back with it as you want to be, and that's good for some people.
Oh, it is. I mean, because again, there's probably half the people that don't physically show up, but they still financially contribute. And so they, you know, and I've talked to those folks, and they're like, "Yeah, man, I just want to give, and I believe in giving back to the community," and so it's really grown. But the idea is to get it to like 100 men, and for the 100 women to get to 100 women or more. And so. But that's the goal. But the biggest thing is that, you know, the impact that we've had on on, I think there's 21 nonprofits that we've supported. The ladies probably double that just because they've been doing it longer. So it's really worthwhile. It's very easy, and we try to make it easy.
How do people find out about it?
So there's a variety of different ways. I mean, there's the Facebook page. It's 100 Men Who Care Rutherford County. Okay. Then we also have 𝗪𝗲𝗄𝗀.com, and try to make it simple for the guys, myself included. And then we also have 𝗪𝗲𝗄𝗀@gmail.com. So they can either email or go to the website. And the website directs them to Grapevine, which explains a lot of the things. And then, we get them connected through that so that we can send them invites for the event so that they can put it on their calendar and show up.
Wonderful. Well, we appreciate what you're doing, Wes.
Thank you.
Get out there, man. Help out. Can't let the ladies show us up. We can't let them.
You guys can try.
Too late.
No, it's a great opportunity for men to be involved in the community. So yes, thank you for telling us about the men's side of this.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Stop. Don't scroll just yet. We'll be right back with more right after this.
Russ Stover for Superior Overhead Doors. Russ, you work with some of the best builders in Middle Tennessee, and they trust you. Why would this be important to a homeowner?
Since we've done work for Old South probably since 1997, we also do Harney Homes, which are two very large builders in the Middle Tennessee area. I mean, if they trust us with thousands and thousands of homes a year and have for a long time. So I think our trustworthiness as to doing the service and doing our job right speaks for itself.
And your motto is?
Do it once, do it right.
Superior Overhead Doors, serving Middle Tennessee for over 30 years. Check them out at superiordoorsofTN.com.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this great episode this week. It was really good. We had some great causes on the show. Fantastic.
Yeah, really making a difference in our community.
Yeah. So if you like to run, Larry said, they want some runners out
and
there.
walkers.
Yeah, but you're going to get left in the dust, he said, if you're a walker. But that's okay. Come out and walk.
Because you can photo ops.
Photo ops. You can walk to one location and photo op. But here's the thing. And maybe you're not into that. You can volunteer.
That's
so you
right.
Can volunteer too.
Absolutely.
And those links are in the description below. And then you have 100 Men Who Care with Wes. And we're getting shown up by the ladies as usual. So, man, you got to get out there. You got to get out there and you got to support 100 Men Who Care. It's an easy organization. You can be as laid back with it as you want. Donate your money. You don't have to do anything. Or you can come to the meetings. Either way, as long as you're giving back.
Right. That is absolutely true. We're really grateful for being able to share these nonprofits and different volunteer organizations with the community.
Well, we got 4th of July next week.
Yay.
So that's more fun stuff. Fireworks, all the fun things. Our show is airing on the 4th of July next week. So make sure you tune into that one.
Yeah, maybe while you're getting food prepped, you can have it going.
Yeah. And then we also have more wonderful guests.
We do.
Everything that's going on.
And some homework.
Yep,
What's their homework? What's their homework?
Watch replays.
Replays?
Yeah.
And then like, comment, share, subscribe, all the social things.
Yeah, all the social things, all the stuff, all the fun things. Got to do all that, and we got to make sure we thank our sponsors.
For sure.
We have Superior Overhead Doors,
615 Insurance,
InfoWorld Social Media,
Achieve Entrepreneur Center,
Hemispheres Wine Bar,
Valley Growers,
and we have Sit Means Sit dog training with our Purple Paws Pet of the Week sponsor.
Yes, we do. We do.
Yeah. Well, we had a great week. They got they got their homework. They make sure they go back and watch the replays. They gotta like the stuff on YouTube, all the fun things.
Right. Absolutely. And jump into summer, go do some activities.
Yeah, we're full swing into it. It's gonna be hotter than the blue blazes. We know what that means now.
Right.
But yeah, so get out there and enjoy your summer, enjoy your 4th of July. We'll see you then. And from all of us here at Good Morning Murfreesboro, we wish you a happy weekend.
You're going to do it. Do it right here in Murfreesboro. See you next week.